Hey Central Virginia, are you curious to know what's happening in our local housing market? We'll cover that today in your February 2025 Housing Market Update. What is going on, party people? My name is Elliott. I am a local realtor here in Central Virginia. In this video today, we're going to cover a couple things. We're going to cover some local market stats in our local housing market, as well as, if you stay to the end, I'm going to cover the top 3 tips that we're giving to our seller and to our personal buyer clients. Let's jump into it. So inventory is steadily growing comparative to the last 2 Januaries. So we're up 23.1% year over year, basically compared to January of last year. Homes for sale, by the way, is basically the amount of homes on the market not under contract at the end of any given month, if you're wondering what homes for sale actually means. The number of transactions is dropping slightly. We're down 5.1% year over year, and the days on the market is steadily growing. We're up 16.7% from this time last year. For context though, we're still at 14 days on the market, basically from when it takes a listing on average to hit the market to actually go under contract. So you may be saying to yourself, it sounds like I missed the window of opportunity to sell my home. And I would say you absolutely missed the rocket ship of appreciation and just the craziness that we saw during COVID. However, rest assured that we are still very much in a seller's market. So if we look at some other stats, the percentage of list price is still 100%. Basically, on average, home sellers are getting 100% of their asking price when they go on the market. The month supply of inventory is growing, but for context, we're still at 1 month supply of inventory. And if you're not familiar with that metric, it basically tracks whether or not we're in a seller's market or a buyer's market. In simple layman's terms, anything below 6 months supply of inventory is considered a seller's market. So at 1 month supply of inventory, we're in not only a seller's market, but we're in an extreme seller's market still. And we're seeing moderate price growth still. Year over year, from January of 23 to 2024, we were up 14.7%, which is kind of abnormal. It was amazing. And from 24 to January of 2025, we saw about 3.3% year over year price growth, which is more in line with the 50-year average that we tend to see in the housing market, which is anywhere between 3 and 4% price appreciation year over year. Hey Chris, but what about mortgage rates? That you might be asking yourself. Well, as of February the 11th, the 30-year fixed mortgage rate was at 7.01%, which is where rates have been hovering for basically the last couple of months now. So you might be asking, hey, but when are rates scheduled to drop? And with that question, I would tell you not to hold your breath. Current projections from Fannie Mae, Mortgage Bankers Association, and Wells Fargo have rates dropping to the mid 6s by the end of the year. So we are going to see some slight drifting down of mortgage rates, or at least that's what we're scheduled to see, but we're not going to see some drastic drop. We're not going to get into the 5s. We're not going to get back to the 3s. We're going to see very moderate decline, very nominal decline in mortgage rates. So what does this all mean for you? So here are the tips that we're currently giving to our seller clients. Number 1, the getting is still good. So if you are somebody that is considering a home sale in 2025 and you feel like you missed out because you didn't sell during COVID, I would tell you that we're still in a phenomenal seller's market. While we're not seeing the prices of homes continue to rocket up, we have not seen them come down, and we're still seeing, as I've shown you in this video, we're still seeing where homes are selling quickly and for selling at a good bit of their asking price. Tip number 2, if it's not compelling, it's still selling, but it's not selling for as much as it could. So we are still recommending to all of our clients that are selling to do all the things that we historically know will net the highest sales price for a home, if that is your goal. So things like staging, things like making repairs, things like painting, things like replacing carpet, kind of doing all the things to get your home prepped for market. If your goal is to sell for top dollar, those things are still required. Yes, you can get by without doing those things, but realize that you are leaving some money on the table. And then last but not least, spring is absolutely right around the corner. So we are very fortunate. We've had a number of our clients reach out to us that want to sell in the spring, and we're currently working with them to get their homes ready so they can hit the market in March, April, May. If you're somebody that's considering a home sale or wanting to sell, I would encourage you to reach out to myself or another real estate professional. Start having those initial conversations as to what you need to do to get your home ready for market, because I promise you, you're going to blink and it's going to be April before you know it. Now for our tips for our buyers. Number 1, rates are not scheduled to come down significantly, but prices are scheduled to continue to rise. So if you are somebody that is waiting for mortgage rates to go down, you can absolutely do so, but realize that prices are more than likely going to increase while you're on the sidelines. And when you choose to enter the market at a point in the future when rates do come down, you're going to be doing so at higher prices. Our most savvy clients, assuming they can find something that works for them and their families, are buying buying homes now, and in the future, not only will they be able to refinance their rate assuming rates go down, but they're also going to benefit from all the appreciation that happens between now and some point in the future. Number two, friendly reminder that you are already paying a mortgage. The question mark is whether or not you are paying your mortgage. So if you are renting, realize that you are already paying a mortgage. You are already impacted by mortgage rates. I would encourage you to get your own home and pay your own mortgage and benefit from your own appreciation and mortgage pay down. And last but not least, off market is the best market. So one of the things that we're doing with all of our buyer clients right now is we are getting their criteria. We are going into tax records. We are finding out how many homes exist based on what they're looking for. And instead of just sitting back and waiting for homes to come to the market, we're proactively marketing to those homeowners to find out if there's anybody that's considering a home sale in 2025 and jumping in front of that inventory before it hits the market. Not only does that open doors for you, pun intended, but it gets you in a better position where you're not having to compete with 4, 5, 6 other buyers when a home hits the market. That is probably my most fun strategy, is finding off-market inventory. Feel free to shoot me a DM. We could talk more about it. So guys, that was your February 2025 housing market update. Hope you found that useful. If there were any questions that we didn't answer on this video, if you would like to talk with us about your future 2025 plans, shoot me a DM, click a link below. Look forward to chatting with you. Hope you have a good rest of your day.